and we saw that it's time to go inside out with our NBA insider, Ian Begley, who joins us from Madison Square Garden. Ian, great to see you. The Knicks, they get themselves back in the win column, and I'm sure they were happy to have Karl Anthony Towns out there as well. Double-double for him in his return. What did you see from Cat in his first game back from injury?
Yeah, he pretty much picked up where he left off in that Chicago game where he was playing great offensively. And I think what you also saw when he was out, the Knicks did not get great looks in that loss against the Magic. The gravity wasn't there. The defense was not having to pay attention to Towns. And then you saw him back tonight, and they got pretty good looks on offense. And that's because Towns is on the floor. So he gives them an advantage just by being out there. And then you couple that with his rebounding and his scoring. And he looked pretty good for a guy who had a banged up knee.
Yeah, no kidding. It was a game-time decision of that as well. Now, OG Anunoby, also a big night for him. This one against his former team, 27 points, and it comes just over a year removed from that trade. How has OG been able to really carve out his role here in New York?
He's been a guy who's been effective with the ball and without the ball, and obviously defensively, he just makes this team a different team. He puts pressure on the perimeter, and you saw that tonight where he just disrupts so much on that end of the floor. He had steals that led to baskets. He had a steal on the perimeter, guarding R.J. Barrett. He finished with a dunk. You see that from him regularly. And then you look at the bottom line, right? You look at the Knicks record with OG in the lineup since that deal, and they're over 20 games over 500. And so that tells you about his impact, and he's been very, very important for this team. He'll continue to be very important for this team.
Yeah, you love to see it, and certainly he loves playing against his former team. Now let's talk big picture, Ian. The Knicks, they end their season worst 3-game skid. That started against the Thunder. Now they get ready for the rematch against OKC on Friday. So what can New York take away from that other loss as they look to now build upon this victory?
You know, some of the talk in that locker room tonight was downplaying the Thunder game and talking about how it's just one of 82 and nobody really wanted to get into the strategy. But OG Anunoby did say it is a test for us, and he was looking forward to that matchup in particular. And they said that, hey, we built a lead in Oklahoma City. There were things that we had to clean up in the second half. This was Josh Hart talking. So there's an awareness of the things they could do better. But overall, the idea that this game is a measuring test, I think, is apparent to this Knicks team.
Well, you like to hear that from the guys in the room. We're looking forward to that rematch. Ian, thanks so much. Appreciate the insight as always.